Hey guys, so I get off regarding Cody Rhodes. I think he's been saying he was to explain about his Amadeus podcast. Also watched. So Amadeus podcast of Cody Rhodes had to explain about Tony from AEW. And he explained, stating quote, well, Cody Rhodes' been thoughts on AEW exit of rumors was true. I think no one's even been too close. He said he had this getting quote. And I think Cody Rhodes has been opened up about why. I think when he Rhodes been left on AJ saying, I think there's no one's even close to explaining their exit at the time. So I think was doing a recent appearance on the Breakfast Club, and Cody Rhodes said, I guess the mood was possible because Wendy sues not just speak about as it was this happened. I mean just to deposit of both of good and bad experiences in AEW. Anything about Cody Rhodes called Wendy Rose has surfaced and pointed to the pop. And you see received at WrestleMania 40 has proved that if fans still support Hall. So you can check out some highlights from the podcast below on my channel every week. So this is what you said. I've been listening to that just interview with Cody Rhodes. I got some highlights where he said before wasn't on the WWE roster. There's been a point all Indian era where it goes in permanentized. So I think it was like so going 80s. It was a it was we need a sort of pro wrestler playing was I mean it was I'll say about 35 or to 42, and that's instead of going 80s, and that's because and they need all that expenses plus they worked and and they and they just town to town and just a live crowds or anything. How do you work with a live crowd? How so how do you involve them with this? And it risks not doing this for each oval, and we're not doing this. And this is for this camera and how they evolve. And it that now has circled back because a few years ago, and they brought in, it was what he said. It's like, I knew all freshmen on a wrestling team, and this is just a famous picture of me in CM Punk and Matt Cardona, and we're all babies, and we had won the titles, big titles. So I knew, but we didn't have a clue already at that point, and we didn't have that experience. So now I think you're getting back into we got I know exciting who we're talking about here. So I think between with Roman Reigns and Mia Punk or Randy Orton to the main event of WrestleMania, that's the point. I just like to say it's a very expensive crew. I know all he was cast in the Street Fighter movies alongside with Roman Reigns. So Roman Reigns has been announced as Arkham and I thought, oh man, dang man, and that's awesome. Good for him. And Cody said, but also like, dang man, I was really happy for him, right? And I didn't think they'd be interested in anybody else from the wrestling space. But I got a call saying, when you come to a legendary and meet the producer of the Street Fighter movies, and I thought it was such good meetings. So that it wasn't good meetings, and I thought in this best case of Scumio, and they was like, encourage you to pursue because I played this game and I love this game. I had a buddy who played Capote in Japan. I'm like, man, I know enough. Maybe they have me as a customer with not great meetings happy to go. He said, I get you in the director on the Zoom and he's in the story of a producer and quotes from me. I was just thinking, okay, that's cool. I think we're gonna talk about Street Fighter, talk about late about 1994, and then they said, so let's give us a second. And they had us at the studio wants to calm down here. Okay, that's really cool. And I like meeting up people. This isn't no puzzle. Meaning for me, if he comes in, and it's just like I've had alternate in Swaggle you could imagine the whole room is still if he see says hits it she's like, hey, I know your aggressive is what it is, but and we really like you for the role of this CUILE, and I really think that you'd be incredible. So the dates are going to be what the dates are. I think these guys are gonna give you it's in front of business, but I'm just happy to meet you, and it's gonna be awesome to see leaves. So I'm like, what? And, and what? All we doing here is just is real, and I'm also lying through my teeth a little bit because the guy been asking me. He's like, I think you think of WWE. Well, I'll be okay with that. So yeah, and they're gonna be great, like champions. I've been going to leave for them, and they're gonna be great. Thank gods. It's gonna be President Nick Khan, and he knew the power of that movie, and he understands and separates part of that. I think he understood it was an easy suit, but after I left, it was all set up. There's an old pro wrestler in Hollywood. I just says leave him nameless who called me has I'm leaving, and he goes, hey, how'd that meeting go? I was like, he knew it was about to go down. So I told him personally, first of all, I go, you can't tell me like I'm gonna blow it. You can't tell me, but it was so much fun. So I did all young talent with brain forces at WrestleMania 42. I didn't guess what you're going to see because your business is old. It's a good thing about it. I think if you get to see the new too, and you get to see the young too, well, I think reloading is very clear. Reloading, and that's great. I think it's puts a follow on me, and I was like, that, but it's the biggest thing that we do. I think it's the best thing we do whenever you're ever going to step in. Whenever you don't like wrestling, whenever you kind of just to like, it's going to eat WrestleMania candy to you. Whatever this is gonna be for you, and I think it's for anybody, he said. I think he was explaining about that. I know on his Reggie's agent exit, and he to explain it. He said, "Our of a deposit from the public company, and we were with and hope to create, and that was a that it came down to whole. I've been trying not to talk about it, to just move on. It was like, if we're not going to talk about it, is the bad stuff happen? Well, this was good stuff happened too, but I'm not going to talk about it. One of the sad things about not talking about why we left is that if you get to create the top stories get told on podcasts, this happened in fans think and they know what happens when no one's even been close. And I think what I will say is the toughest part of is that if he lives with that, if he owns that, I just see respect not just here, but the place we left is not enough to say. I'm not going to talk about that, and that made it so deep. It's good, like, and you are out of here, and that was very helpful for us. And again, there's a good stuff happened there too, but, and that's what I mean, but, so because see this, with that, one of things about that is wrestling fans, and they create narrative, and they think, they know I had to remind her, and she said, hey, it's not all the fans in WrestleMania 40, it was a prime symbol of that. I said, and you're going to come out with me at WrestleMania 40, and I was so happy because I just think fans has reacted big pop of the astronomy. I just need to go to months old in little. It was like I think you sport the real ones, and they get it, and they not mad at you, and that was very independent. So I did not see felt that because a lot of pro wrestlers step away, go someone else, and I would make a mistake, and when they come back, the fans always welcome you back. They really special. So here's a last note. So if you Cody Rhodes wants when you origin to know that he he is not a little kite anymore before the undisputed the title match at WrestleMania 42. I've been doing a wrestling appearance on Science XM Front Row Series podcast. It took Cody Rhodes call when you alternate mental but to declare and that they all have now in all now equals and that still class should be one of done. And with it has he is tired along of top rivalries. So you can check out some highlights from the podcast below. So I know on where he hates Randy Orton will. And you know somebody asked me, do I hate Randy Orton? And I said, well, I can't really answer it because how could I hate Randy Orton when I also think it takes to beat Randy Orton at WrestleMania 42. So, um, I think it was everything it would take 80% soul of it alone from Randy Orton, so that's a very difficult place to be in. So, okay, so continuing on. I've been alone from Randy Orton, so that's a very difficult place to be in. And you have a match with the symbol of CM Punk versus two Roman Reigns of two top guys who says hate is all. And I can just living with myself and Randy Orton is even to it. It doesn't look this way. It's two guys who I think I love each of it because we have 20 years of television, including on my first match on TV. My dad, Bob, yeah, Bob, yeah, Bob, yeah, Cowboy Bob Orton. So Bob Orton, his dad, his last match putting me a legacy. On those days, it's real, and when it's really, it's the best getting crossing away from. Is it Randy Orton that WrestleMania 42 would be 100% soul? I've been looking at him. It was like, I'm looking at you right now and hoping. So, hey, I hope you see me because I'm not a little kid anymore. And sometimes it used to like, oh no, he is a little, you know. I know that I need him to know. It, it was like, as it is to be, what I've done, I hope that doesn't put you know, or anyone to parade, but I'm getting tired of wrestling, you guys. Okay? I never mind. So here's a last note. Cody Rhodes said. So wasn't Aubrey tied to most any like top referees? And he said, no, yeah, no, and no. Since you get into these long skinny referees, and it's just like you're in there, being in your husband wrestled 4 times now. And I did more than that. I went like for, and I think we took a great deal out of each all in an awesome way. I mean, so I don't know where that's what I'm looking to do here has butts. And it has I want him to see me just here in front of me. So so we like this so when you heard this podcast of Cody Rhodes, so don't forget to like subscribe on my YouTube content and give me like subscribe, give me a thumbs up for this YouTube my podcast every week. And but this time in this video, peace.